Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gaming with Game Devs again this Thursday. I'm Matthias from the GDWC here, and with me today I have Antti that's going to play some games for you, and also Hanako. And yeah, I'll start off with telling, as usual, what the GDWC is. GDWC stands for Game Development World Championships, and it's the world's biggest competition where games and game devs from all around the world come together to compete in different categories for the title of Best Game. So yeah, today we're here. We're gonna play some games. We actually have 4 games today, and as you notice, we are actually starting a little bit later. We usually start 2.5 hours earlier, but we are going so far east. We're going to Japan and New Zealand today, so we had to sort of move the time slot a little bit forward. So nobody has to be in the middle of the night. For example, in Japan, it's actually in the middle of the night right now. But yeah, so we have 4 games, and we'll start off with playing Hello Hello World by Metoko, and then we'll move on to Zapling Bygone by Stevis Andrea from the UK. We have Neko Ghost Jump of Burgos Games, actually from USA, and Tallowmere 2, Curse of the Kittens by Chris MacFarland, all the way from New Zealand. And Antti here is going to play those games today. And we're going to start up with Hello Hello World. It's actually a little sad we had the developer Metoko here, but for right now we don't know where she is, but let's hope that she can join us in the middle of the stream. This is stuff that happens when we
Yeah,
go live. I
but we
want
got
also to
her. Yeah, sorry,
yeah,
interrupting.
just tell.
Yeah, we got her answers. We sent her answers beforehand, so we still have something to give you
Yeah,
from her
exactly.
as well. But let's hope she can make it here.
And of course, we have the most important thing, the game itself. So that's good. Uh, but yeah, I just also
Uh,
want to remind.
Actually, Stevie was right in that we can swap spots if we want to wait for her.
Yeah,
So
that's
sounds
actually not
actually
a bad
good.
idea. Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
thanks for.
we can do this. We can
Yeah,
we start off in UK actually, and I want
yeah.
to remind everyone here that we are actually have set the date for the GWC 2020 award show that is going to happen the 30th of April here on our Twitch channel. And as you can see down there in the screen, all our sponsors are there as well. So yeah, we'll start off with welcoming Stevie from the game Sapling Bygone.
Hello.
Hello, hello. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. You?
Yeah, perfect. And thank you for jumping in for this because I think
That's
there's
no problems.
yeah, there's probably some time zone mistakes. I think over here somewhere or
Yeah, it
something like
was
that.
a really big thing from her. Like it's 3:30 a.m. in Japan, and
I would definitely be asleep if I was her too.
yeah.
So, all right. So, Stevie, can you tell us a little bit what we are gonna see here today?
Yeah. So it's a pixel art Metroidvania where you play as a little alien hive mind that has entered this fresh new planet in hopes to populate it and repopulate his species.
All right.
I'm going to take a bit of a back seat and just let me know if you have any questions. I don't want a backseat game. I just want to watch. And if you have questions, let me know.
Yeah, but
You have a lot
feel
of questions,
yeah,
I
exactly,
believe.
and also feel free, to tell anything, about the game as we play. If there's something fun going on or something
Yeah.
interesting. And we can actually start off with is this game, right now, can we buy it already, or is it? Do you? Is
No,
it hasn't been launched yet?
hasn't been launched. This is basically a vertical slice. It's a very early demo.
All
That
right.
I'm looking for funding. I'll either go through a publisher. I've had talks with quite a few different publishers, or a Kickstarter campaign, failing the publisher route. So this is like a very early prototype. It is fairly polished. I'm pretty proud of it. But yeah, that's why I'm kind of gritting my teeth, hoping it doesn't break or crash. But it seems okay so far.
Yeah, it was working perfectly when I tried this. So no problems with that.
Yeah, and it runs smoothly as well. So nothing bad. So what are we doing in this game? You know, what's the goal? What are we trying to
So
achieve?
So, like I said, you've landed on this unknown planet, and initially you're just exploring. The way Zapling works, he's a hive mind, and when he touches enemies, or when he touches dead enemies in particular, he gains all the knowledge and the experience of that enemy he's defeated, usually by wearing his skull. So the skull he's got wearing now is a member of a squad that died outside the zone you're in now, called Ratkin Gardens. Um, and as you'll see throughout the game, there'll be little prompts and stuff where you can speak. Dialogue and like narrative in this game is completely optional. Like you can play the whole game, win the whole game, and still not understand what the hell is going on with the story. That's intentional because a lot of people, they don't care. They just want hard boss battles, and that's fine
Yeah.
too. But there is a lot of lore and stuff to go with it if that's what people are into.
Yeah,
So
that's a good idea.
And the hero, the slime,
Zapling.
Zapling, yes, okay, has an ability to talk with the things he possesses, like with the skull. So I kind of like the way. I'm assuming that there's a lot of like things he can assume in the full version, or
Yeah, there definitely is.
Yeah.
So the way it works is once you're wearing the skull, it's not like you're speaking to the skull. He actually joins the hive mind, so he's actually part of you, and vice versa.
Yeah, that's cool.
It kind of creates some interesting things where you like literally murder someone, and then suddenly he has all the experience of why you murdered him, and it's like, I get it now. I'm still sad I died, but here we go.
Yeah, so you the skull, you got it really in the beginning. So that's like in the first like seconds of the game, he got it. And
Yeah.
is
This
there
is
some like advantage to having it? You know, can you play without the skull?
No,
Yeah.
not currently. You can switch out to different skulls when you get different skulls. But initially you're stuck with the starter skull that it was originally called. But this is a skull of the coward.
I don't remember this part when I tried the game.
That's the beauty of Metroidvanias. You're always going to find areas that you didn't before.
Yeah. And like, yeah, you came here like a little bit earlier. I was already commenting before the stream started about the difficulty, which is also a kind of Metroidvania thing as well.
Yeah.
Do you want to say something about it?
Balance is hard. You're either going to find it really easy or super hard. I don't know.
On my first death, yeah, sorry.
You didn't even use a checkpoint.
Yep, that's me.
Playing hardcore mode.
Yep.
Always.
My hardcore mode seems to be that I'm just dying. Like that can be considered as hardcore in a way.
If you I don't know if you know this, if you press Y on them things that you run past that glow green, that's a checkpoint.
Oh yeah. Oh, come on.
Yeah, so that was one, or
There's one there, but there's more if you want to carry on going forward.
No, I want to take that one. So now I pressed Y.
No. If you go left, go far left. I should make these more obvious. I'm learning. No, bottom left.
Bottom left. Oh.
See that thing on the ground? It's the silvery thing on the left.
yeah,
Oh!
really,
Yeah.
Oh my.
When you're looking at it, there you go.
Yeah.
Check.
Okay.
I threw you off by saying green. It's only green when you get close to it.
Yeah, so there was like these lights over here. They're just like street lights. Oh, they smashed it. Yeah, speaking of those skulls, how many of them do you have so far?
In the demo, there are. We have to count them. There's 4. No, there's 5. I think. Yeah.
So how long is this demo?
Anywhere between an hour and 2 hours. It kind of depends on how often you die and how much exploring you want to do. Usually,
so for me, it's like 5 hours.
It's
almost like a full game.
So those skulls, they give you different abilities then, and
so each skull you have has different slots that you can fit with different charms. Some of them have loads of slots, but weak slots, and some of them like don't. It's kind of, yeah. Summary, yes, more different powers if you get different skulls.
all right. I think that you should find one of those.
Yeah, let's see.
Saving points.
I'm going to give you a hint here because I don't want to see you jump down there. Once he's fallen through, if you jump up and go left without falling down, go far left and there's a checkpoint.
Okay. Whoa.
I don't want to make you have to do that one non-stop.
For the sake of audience and
use that one.
everybody.
Boom. It's like Indiana Jones.
Yeah. So what's the deal with the green coins or?
I call them plasma.
Plasma.
It's pretty much currency. There's going to be shops and stuff in the main game. The currency at the moment is used to unlock checkpoints. It's 25 per checkpoint.
Yeah. And is there a way to heal myself? Like
you have
now
to
I
hit
cannot
enemies.
heal. I need to kill
that
someone.
bar under your health bar,
Yeah.
if that gets full, then you can heal. And to fill that up, you have to hit enemies.
Okay.
Boom. Uh-oh. Oh, big rat. So this is like a mini boss over here?
This is the first boss, yeah.
For me, it feels like final boss. With the difficulty.
The intro boss.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh my. And it does that thing. Like, I mean, I was trying this game. I made it to the boss, and at first it seems really simple, the patterns, but suddenly, like, it switches the pattern right away on the fly, and it always comes in exactly where I am. So.
If you look at the tail of the rat when it's attacking, it's the kind of the giveaway to see which attack it's going to do. The charge of the throw.
Oh, now it looks like S, letter S, and now it's yeah.
Also, yeah, you put some small.
Oh, come on, yes. All
right.
Okay.
It's a good one. I think you got this.
Don't say it yet.
Yeah, don't jinx it over
And
here.
now, yeah.
Oh.
Why am I here? Oh yeah.
I learned so much by watching people play. It's great. I'm like, I should change this. I should change that. Oh, that's too hard. Or that's too easy.
So, do you usually make them harder, or?
It's a weird one because I'm a solo developer. I haven't got like a team to bounce bounce them off. So the Discord channel, shout out to everyone in the Discord, is really helpful for playing the game and like seeing the difficulty and seeing if there's massive bugs or anything like that. But obviously, I've completed this boss fight 100,000 bloody times, like as I'm testing it and working on it. So yeah, so I end up getting really good at the boss fight, and then I give it to someone who's never done it, and they're like, "This is impossible."
Yeah, I bet you get sort of like blind after a while.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what are you saying? It's easy. It's super easy.
Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. There was this kind of door like up there. Oh, it's open as well. Yeah. Okay. Let's go right. And checkpoint. Perfect. Oh, another skull.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Rat King. Seems like the rats have mistaken you for their late masters. So I can switch the skull here, or oh, yes. Let's see. Move. Okay, now I should have the skull.
Yeah, it seems like
Yep. Let's see what happens. Like now the rats are my friends, or something like that.
That arrow, you really should get that arrow, otherwise you will block yourself in the story.
Oh yeah, let's see. Oh wow.
Now you can climb walls.
This makes sense. I was thinking like the abilities of this guy was kind of with
Just
the first
slaps.
skull were like kind of sad, just slap. But now we're talking. Yeah, this is cool. Oh, now I see. Now I can go. Here's the door. And new places, so I can go back and there's something.
There's a lot of new places you can explore now. It kind of depends on which ones you remember or don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now you can climb them. There was a question here from one of our viewers, Matti Devs. He asked, "Are those legs animated?"
They're procedurally animated using inverse kinematics. So they, when you're playing, you'll notice that they always try and touch the floor, touch the ground. So if you go right to the edge of a platform, it will cling onto the ground and not into the sky. So yeah, it's all procedurally animated. If he's a Game Maker user, I can send him the library I used. I cheated and used the library.
And what will they hurt me? No. Oh yeah. They love me. Yeah.
They wouldn't hurt their master, would they?
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is good.
Like sending you love. This is so that's a good example of the different powers you get.
This is kind of deep, actually. What the Rat King was telling me.
The next zone goes into some weird dialogue about consciousness and stuff. It gets way deeper than I expected when I was making it.
This is cool. I didn't die like I was expecting to die. Okay, focus.
You can do it.
Oh.
That works too.
Yeah. I bet you were thinking that wasn't supposed to happen.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, we have actually had a couple of times here that when Anti's been playing it.
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
Weird playing style. Oh, Triforce. No, not really. Triangle. It filled my meter.
So that's one of the charms that you can use to equip in the skull when next time you're at a checkpoint.
Ah, okay. That's cool.
Boom.
It still feels weird just walk among the rats.
Yeah, you still.
I don't want to kill them.
No, exactly, but it's still
Whoa!
slashing.
What?
Forget about it.
What happened?
That's a. I've got for the demo. I've got a bunch of different statues in the game, and each statue is a shout out to a different indie game. That's Lone Fungus by Bastiat Games. You should check that out.
Ah. Yeah, we can write that on the chat actually.
Well, what was the game?
Lone Fungus.
Can you write it down?
Shall I write it in this one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's another Metroidvania, pixel art Metroidvania, where you play as a mushroom. It's really cute and hard. Don't let its cuteness deceive you.
Numbers, logic, and predefined structures.
Is that game for all
This
of
is
you?
deep. This is deep. So alien AI of some kind. Oh no!
Oh, is it next boss over here?
Or maybe I just need to escape. Oh, that hurts.
I thought it was going to see you then on that edge.
Let's try to heal here and okay. Haha. I don't know if I just try to kill it. Come on, stop it.
Don't try and kill it. I'm rooting for you.
Or should I? I don't know how to kill it, if there's a way to kill it. Oh, nice. Oh, okay.
That's just a way up, so you don't have to do that horrible part again.
That's good.
Paco Diago says that it's really very well designed. He says, yeah, it
Thank you,
is.
Paco.
Oh, I didn't even
Took
realize
that like
what
a man.
happened. Oh, let's see what's happening here. You are not welcome here. You will live. Nah.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. We still got time.
Mati Devs again is asking you, did you get any inspiration from the game Carrion for this one?
Actually, initially no. Like I designed the character just because I learned about inverse kinematics. I was like, well, this is really cool, and I kind of let it evolve from there. But after doing it, I kind of remembered Carrion. So I don't know if it's like in the back of my mind. That's kind of where I got the idea. So not directly inspired, but it's definitely a game I haven't played, but I've seen before. And yeah, I do really like Carrion the way it looks. So maybe subliminally inspired.
Whoa. My bad. Are those walls different? No. I should be
Yeah.
able to. Or no, I shouldn't be able to hang on them. Yeah.
The ones
yeah,
with
okay,
the
now I see.
bumpiness or the spikes you can't climb on.
Yeah. Oh, I cannot even go. Oh. The worst route.
There's actually what would you call it? Momentum in this game. So if you jump while the thing's pushing you, you go further.
Oh yeah. Aha. Yeah.
Oh, a new thing.
Yeah, I learned actually. I was playing the game as I don't know how to pronounce it, like Celeste. Celeste, yeah, I was playing that a lot, like.
Yeah, I was definitely
This
inspired by
winter,
Celeste
actually.
with the momentum.
Yeah. This is a really good function for a game. Like, it opens up a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have to. Yeah.
All right.
Like this. And yeah, no lasers. Awesome. More health.
Whoop.
Let's try again. I'm happy that there's no fall damage. Like.
Yeah. I was just
No one likes full damage.
Yeah. It's just on the way. Like, I have no choice what to do. Oh.
So yeah, we were earlier we were touching the subject of feedback. So here before we end this game, I want to ask you, how's the feedback been? What have people been saying about this game?
I'm on the hunt for negative feedback. Like everyone's, which is great. Everyone's saying they really like the game, which I really appreciate, obviously. But I want bad feedback, so then I can make it better. I can see what's wrong and what people don't like about the game. But most of the time, people seem to really like it. I reached out to a lot of Hollow Knight players or Hollow Knight influencers. I would list all of them. I would shout them all out, but there's too many of them. And they all had great feedback. They a lot of them did improve the game and more scrutinous, is that the word, of it, which is good. And they provided some really good feedback, and they said most of them loved it.
All right, yeah, that's really cool to hear.
I'm also obviously really open to feedback if you guys have anything.
Well, the difficulty is good. I love difficult games, even though you can see I'm not a good player. I still love the challenge because it gives things a certain kind of meaning, you know, like if the game is easy, it doesn't matter what happens on the screen. Everything feels boring, you know, like, yeah, you saved the world, you destroyed the planet-sized monster, but, you know, everything was easy.
Yeah, doesn't feel like you earned it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I love this kind of difficulties. Like, I have to earn my
I can also tell you're not much of an explorer. There's so much you've missed. Which is fine. It means you actually get through the demo in this half an hour, which is good.
Oh, this feels easier. Okay, maybe I should be quiet because I haven't seen everything yet from this boss.
Well, I'd say maybe it's easier. Yeah, I'd say it's probably easier once you get the hang of it.
Like the rat was kind of, you had to follow the tail, and sometimes I wasn't sure about like what the tail was saying. But this has before the laser comes. Yeah, this has like a pointer kind of thing, like a straight line.
More time to react.
And you can just follow that where it goes, and if you don't go away when the line touches you, you know you will be dead really soon. So I don't know. Feels slightly easier, even though I died.
So the reason you can't get that checkpoint you've been trying to get right before the boss fight is because you have no plasma left. You've only got 2 left.
Yeah, left.
The way you only got 2 remaining. You need 25. No, I mean there's a checkpoint right before the boss fight.
Oh yeah.
On, but you can't get.
Yeah, I got 2 left.
It's because you haven't got any plasma. You get plasma by killing enemies and exploring. I suggest one thing: once you get the wall jump, put a long wall next to it so players can practice straight away. That is definitely a good idea. Yeah, I'll look into that.
Oh, I was reading the text and
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I apologize if I'm speaking fast. I tend to speak really fast and people complain about it.
No, that's cool.
That's okay.
Oh, no. No, I'm all... That's faster with
you
the laser.
Be able to see you through that.
I want to go there because I need to get some health, but... So, I don't know. Ooh. Yes.
Just go up. Go up.
You want me to go there?
No left.
Left and up. What?
Sorry, there's so many like secret areas, and I'm like, it's really hard.
Yeah. No, I'm just ignoring all the secret areas. Oh yeah, that one. Oh. There's a lot of slime. 24? Was it 24 or 25?
25.
Oh, of course it was 25. There's one more somewhere.
If you go back down where you were before, like no,
That
actually
thing.
down here it works too. If you go down,
Ooh.
yeah, on that little ledge, you can go right in there. That's a fake wall.
Oh. Let's wait for the lasers. And...
Mhm.
Oh,
you
that
you
one.
might
Yeah,
have to go
now I
around
see.
though.
Oh. Yeah, I should fall down the right way. But I have this one. Let's see if can it. Okay, I need to go there. Okay, just one more boss fight, and I believe we need to.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for the developer for the Hello Hello World. I hope she can join here and.
Yeah.
Still.
But yeah, so towards the end, I would really like to have you to tell people where you can find this game and where we can find you. Do you
Yeah, I will do.
share your links?
I will prepare some links.
Yeah, and can you, Matthias, share those on Twitch chat as well?
Yes.
Like, yeah. My hands are full right at the moment.
Oh.
Yes, thank you.
Marty Devs here said that he wishlisted it on Steam.
Thank you.
That's good. Okay. Ah, come on, come on, come on. Now is the moment to kill this. The final climax or
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That was definitely faster. Like.
Ooh, but you're getting some good hits in there. So.
Yeah. I wonder how many hits I need to make.
Well, the rat you had probably hit like 100 times.
Come on.
Oh god.
That was bad. Bad from me. Okay.
This had a unhappy ending, this one.
Yeah, no climax.
Could you go directly into the boss fight now? Or?
Yeah, because I could use the checkpoint.
Yeah, as long as he is.
Oh no! Just one hesitation and it hits me like.
Yeah.
I should not hesitate.
Here we go.
This is my favorite track playing now. It's the favorite track in the game.
Oh, how about the music? Did we talk about the music? I believe
No.
no. Yeah. Can you tell something about the music?
So the music, all the music apart from this track playing now is modified, free to use online tracks because I can't do music myself. I suck at it.
Yeah.
This track's made by my friend Anders. Shout out to Anders. I would give you links to his Twitter and stuff, but he hasn't got any. But yeah, shout out to him. It's a great track.
Whoa! It's
Ooh.
dead.
It's not dead yet.
What? Oh my god! It was doing damage.
The second phase started while you were inside.
I was just like a little kid, like super happy that yeah, now I'm safe. No.
Yeah, the rat did the opposite thing, you know. You could.
Yeah, I was just playing with the rat and having fun.
I just spammed a bunch of links into your Twitch channel.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
It's perfect.
You couldn't do it.
Oh, did I get stopped?
Yeah,
I'm not surprised. It was like 5 links.
You need to write it in the private chat, and I can post that.
Yeah,
I'll put it here.
Seems like it's like.
Okay. Honestly, I would love to have the developer of Hello Hello World here while we play her game. So
I can pretend.
sorry. I know you want to cheer me up, but it would not be the same. So
All right.
I will turn off the game and I will check email. Maybe she have sent some email for me. And
Hey, it's my face.
it's really nice to have you here.
Yeah, and really thank you so much for talking about the game with us here for half an hour. It was actually a lot of a lot of fun, and sorry. And yeah, I hope all the best with the game, that you get it out there. And
thank you. Thanks for playing. Thanks for having me. Email me, send me a message on Twitter anytime. Just reach out.
Yeah, perfect. And yeah,
and
good
thanks
luck
everyone for watching.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you
Thank you
for
so very
coming.
much.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
See ya. So yes, yeah, I'm hesitating because part of me thinks that would be awesome to have her, like, I don't know, next time, maybe something like that.
But yeah, that's not much we can do. But
yeah. But we will play the game and let's see, maybe we can do something else with her in the future, for example.
Yeah, that would be.
I think that's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Let me.
And I think we'll take our colleague Hanako here in.
Yeah, because she can read her answers.
Exactly.
We sent her some questions, and the questions are in Japanese. So just a moment. Yes, so the game is there now. Okay, just a second.
What?
I
guess I think she's in the chat.
She's in the chat?
Yeah, actually, that's
Metro. Oh, you need to come here. Please check your email. Oh, this is going well. Perfect timing.
She's got actually the same nickname here as on Twitter. So yeah, that's why I noticed, because I've been posting all the devs' Twitters the whole week. Should we put Hanako on?
Hana, yes. I'm sorry. I'm just. I got so excited.
All right. Yeah.
I lost the track.
Hello again.
Can you tell Metro to check the email and join if she's able to do that?
メトコさん、メール見てたら、リンクがあるので、そこに入ってもらえば、ここに来れますので、確認お願いします。It's weird to speak Japanese like this.
Yeah. But it's good. It's like, it's really official, like diplomat kind of way to handle this kind of language barriers. So everything should be good. And let's hope Metoko can join us really soon. I will start the game already.
Yeah, exactly. We
can kind of keep track. So can you, Hanako, start what Metoko is saying about the game?
Yeah, the story is about a girl who is looking for her brother who went missing, and a strange man show up and help her to find her brother. And then, according to that strange man, the world is on the brink of destruction. So, yeah, can she find her brother, or what will happen to the world?
Oh,
that's the story. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I haven't received the email. Metoko just wrote there, so Maybe. Oh my.
Did you send it to the wrong person?
Yeah, there's a slightly mistake.
yeah.
I just send it to Hanako, and you will receive the email Metoko in a couple of seconds.
はい、今、またメール送るので、メールを確認してください。お願いします。
Yes, now it's there.
Yes, you
Oh,
have it now.
everything's going well. Yeah, I sent the previous email was good, but this reminder was just for Hanako.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So, all right. So. Antti, you have played this game, so we have it now in English, but it's also in Japanese, I heard.
Yes, this was translated from Japanese to English.
Yeah, exactly. So there are two languages, or are there more you can choose from?
Just Japanese and English, at least. We have this in our drive. I was able to download the Japanese version or the English one. So I believe those are the options. And can you, Hanako, tell Metoko to check email again?
はい。メトコさん、メールは届いてますでしょうか？確認お願いします。
So yes, the basic story is that her brother has gone missing, and she wants to know where's the brother. And there's a lot of things going on in this game, actually. This goes really wild with the story.
I like the music.
It's relaxing.
Yeah.
And this is the brother's room. And the brother was like studying plants, and I think he was like a biology student or something like that.
So Metoko is writing something here.
Oh, yeah, she got the email.
Okay,
said,
and she's here finally.
She's here. Perfect.
Everything's going well.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing? Yes.
Can you translate?
Yeah. Sorry about the confusion. There was some problem here, but that stuff happens, when we're going live all the time. There's something. I hope you're doing well.
メトコさん、マイクは大丈夫ですか？
Can we hear you? So yeah, we got some more questions about the game. Like the art style, like it really, that was the first thing I noticed with the game. Can you tell something about the art style overall? Can you translate the question?
Oh yeah, I can speak. Yeah, according to her, she said,
聞こえますか？
はい、聞こえ
We
ま
can
す。
hear you.
よかった
聞
です。
こえます。はい、
こんばんは
こんにちは。こんばんは。
ごめんなさい。こんばんは。
大丈夫です。はい、大丈夫です。じゃあちょっとイラストに関して質問が今ありまして。
はい。
このアートスタイルについて、少し教えていただけますか？参考にされた方とか。
はい。 主に日本で活躍されている、ゲームのイラストレーターさんとか複数人を参考にしているのですが、
はい。
新海誠さんの映画などからも影響を受けています。
She said that she referred those art style from many famous Japanese illustrator, but especially Shinkai Makoto. Do you know Shinkai Makoto? He's known for directing some anime movie, Your Name or Weathering with You, and yeah, his movies inspired her as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
I need to check that.
Yeah.
Sounds really interesting, actually. And how about the idea for the game, actually? Like, where did that came from?
このゲームのアイディアについてはどこから来ましたか？
特にこれといったものはないのですが、こちらはクトゥルフ神話をベースとしておりまして、そちらから着想を得ました。
There's nothing like specifically the idea for this game come from. But this game's concept come from Cthulhu mythos. So yeah, she's referring from that. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. There's a lot of like conspiracy theories and things like that. How I see, like people don't know what's true and what's not in the story. Yeah. That's how I see the story.
And we got a question here from actually from the developer behind the last game, Nine Finger Games. Stevie is asking, is it a solo developer or are you a team?
この開発はチームでやってますか？それとも一人でやってますか？
開発自体は私が一人でやっていますが、設定、文章のチェックや一部の設定などをもう一人が担当しています。
So the developing of this game itself is done by only her, so she's a solo developer. But some like checking like those lines conversation, or there's someone who helps to do it.
Oh yeah. And this is one of those games like you have to. Everybody out there, you have to play this by yourself. Like story-driven games are usually being played alone in the room, you know, like so you can really dwell deep into the story. So I recommend this game for people who like that kind of like story that expands a lot and has lots to tell you. There's not that much action when I played this, but the story itself is the main thing in this game.
そうですね。今彼が言ってたのはかなりこうストーリーを重視したゲームなので、そういうゲームが好きな方は楽しめるかなっていうことでした。
ありがとうございます。
Yeah, we got a question here at the same time from Matti Devs. He was active here before during the last game as well. He asking what engine is this made in?
このゲームに使われたエンジンとは何でしょうか？ちょっと日本語でうまく言えてるかわかんないんですけど。
RPG スクールというエンジンで作っています。
その RPG スクールっていうのは日本のやつでしたっけ？なんか。
はい、日本初ですね。
She uses RPG school, which is like Japan origin. Yeah. School, RPG school, and this is like Japan origin engine. Yeah, for RPG.
Yeah, there's Nine Finger Games is writing on the chat that it's RPG Maker. I have seen that. You can buy that from Steam, for example, I believe. And yeah, we have some. I have some more questions actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
And what are the plans now with the game? And like, are you still making this game, or do you have other plans with some other games?
このゲームに関しての次のプランや計画などはありますか？
このゲームは一応更新は終了したという形になっていますが、新しい追加ストーリーのアイデアがあればそちらも更新したいと思っています。現在このストーリーの続編にあたる作品を作っています。
Okay, so she's done updating stories and stuff for this game, but she's planning to work on the next game related to this game story. Yeah, and it's gonna be released in next year.
Oh, and how about like Steam release? Yeah.
Steam でリリースすることは計画していますか？
この作品に関しては無料なので、Steam で配信することは現在は考えていませんが、余裕があったらしてみたいです。次回作は Steam で販売する予定です。
Yeah, since this game is released for free, she doesn't consider to release it on Steam. But for next game, which is she's working on now, she's planning to release it on Steam.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. How about the second question was, what was easy and what was difficult when you were making this game?
ゲームを作るにあたって、簡単だったことと難しかったことを教えていただけますか？
はい。ですね。まず、キャラクターを作ることは簡単でしたが、ストーリーを作るときに、文章のチェックをしてくれた人と意見が対立してしまって大変でした。
Okay. So the thing that was easy while making the game was making conversation was easy for her because characterization was complete before writing conversation. So yeah, it was easy to make up the conversation. And the thing which was difficult for her was there was something like conflicting between the person who helps to check the conversation lines because there was some like how to express the things and so on. So yeah, that was a bit difficult part for her. Yeah.
But it seems to me that everything went well in the end. So
yeah,
that's good.
そう全てうまくいったように見えますねって言ってました。
難しかったです。
Yeah, she said it was hard.
I understood that. And yes, about the town of the game, is this like in real world or is it like fictionary? Is this in Japan, for example, this town or?
この舞台になっている街は実在する街ですか？それともフィクションですか？
いいえ、フィクションです。
Yeah, this is a fictional town. It doesn't exist in Japan. And yeah, the name of the town is Kaisei.
Kaisei,
yeah. この海星はどういう意味ですか？
日本語で海と星という 意味ですが、特に深い意味はありません。
Yeah, she named this town as Kaisei, and when it's written in Japanese, it means sea and stars. Yeah,
Star
yeah,
Sea.
yeah. She said it doesn't really have very like special meanings, but it sounds cute. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yes. How about that Kuroi character? Like, where did the idea came for that character?
この黒井さんのアイディアはどこから来ましたか？
特に、イメージしたものなどはないのですが、ちょっと怪しくてユニークな感じのキャラクターを作りたいなと思い、このようなデザインになりました。
So this Mr. Kuroi doesn't really have like a specific model, but she wanted to make a character who is very strange, but unique and uncommon. Young man. Yeah, that's her idea.
So yeah, I checked your Twitter, and there was lots of art. So you have done that all by yourself?
ツイッターにいろんなアートが載っていましたが、すべてあれはメトコさんが描かれたものですか？
はい、そうです。
Yes.
とてもかっこいいです。That's really cool art.
Thank you very much.
Somebody here in the chat is saying something.
アートスタイルはすごい。He said that her art style is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And how long is the game like?
このゲームを最後まで遊ぶにはどのくらい時間がかかりますか
？3時間です。
It's 3 hours.
Ah, so the game is being split by day 1, day 2, day 3. So how many days?
これ何日間ありますか
？5日間です。
このゲーム内の。Yeah, 5 days.
5, okay. Yes, and how about in this game you need to collect some info points to be able to go forward at certain point of the story. So where did the idea of info points came from?
このゲームの中で情報ポイントを集めてゲームを進めると思うんですけど、そのアイデアはどこから来ましたか？
はい、バルハラというインディーズゲームから着想を得ました。
Yeah, there's a indie game named Valhalla. Valhalla. Yeah, she got an idea from that.
Okay, I haven't played that.
No, I've only seen the name pop up a couple of times, but yeah.
Yeah, actually, now that you say, unless there's another game called like that, I have seen the name as well a lot. Actually, it's that kind of name that you are not sure, like you know, how many Valhallas there are actually.
Yeah.
So we got a question here as
brother?
well.
Oh.
How long did the development take?
このゲームの開発はどのくらい期間を要しましたか
？8ヶ月です。
She said it's 8 months.
Oh,
right. So,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just thinking, how much do you think we can go over here?
We can maybe just a couple of minutes because this is a kind of special stream
Yeah.
and we can have some extra time. And I'm sorry for the other. Actually, we don't have the third developer yet here, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was asking here.
Yeah, so we can wait for him and go a little bit forward. And what have the players said about the game? Like, what has been the feedback?
このゲームに対してのプレイヤーからのレビューというか、評価、フィードバックとかはどんなものがありましたか？どんな感じですか？
こちらはクトゥルフ神話をモチーフにして作られていますが、クトゥルフ神話を知らない人でも楽しかったと言っていただけました。
Yeah, so she said that the player says that they can enjoy this game even if they don't know about Cthulhu mythos. Yeah, even though the concept is according to Cthulhu.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really easy to get into.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's more questions. I was wondering, like, will there be Hello Hello World 2, like the sequel for this? And you kind of already said something about the next. You kind of answered to that question, right?
ハローハローワールド2を予定しているってことですかね。
タイトルはそうではありませんが、まあ、物語が続いているので、そのような感じになります。
なるほど。Yeah, the title for next game will not be Hello World 2 or something, but the story is related to this current game.
Yeah.
We got actually 2 questions connected to this continuation, and Gnomenom's is again asking a question here, and he says, that how long do you think it will take to develop the next game you're working on, and are you aiming for longer than 8 months?
その次、続編のゲームを作るのはどのくらいかかりそうですか？ 8 ヶ月以上はかかりそうですか？と質問が。
はい。2022年以降にリリースする予定なので、まだかかると思います。
Yeah, she's just planning to release the next game after 2022. So she said that it may take more time to develop it.
Okay.
All right.
That's cool. And just a moment, I will check my email for the third developer. I just want to know. Sometimes you gotta stay sharp and see, like, what's going on behind the scenes. So. Yeah, he hasn't written anything to me, so
all right.
We can go on a little bit with this game.
All right. So, you, Antti, have a couple of more questions over there.
Yeah, I think I have gone most of the questions through. Let me see. So, the second game you're making, you also do it. Basically, do you have like more people around it?
次のゲームは、 次のゲームも一人で作る予定ですか？それともチームを組んでやる予定ですか？
開発は私一人ですが、前回同様、文章のチェックなどを他の人にやってもらう予定です。
Yeah, she's going to do development for next game by herself as well. But she has someone who helps to check conversations lines as well, like this game.
Okay, yeah. That's good. So,
Yeah, there is one more question. Was it easy to make the English translations?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. この英語の翻訳を作るのは簡単でしたか？それともちょっと難しかったですか？
難しかったです。こちらは、英語話者の方に作ってもらったのですが、英語では通じない表現などがあったので大変でした。
It was quite difficult to make the English translation because the translation is done by a native English speaker, but there were some expressions, some sentences that just don't work in English language. So it was just hard work to, make a sentence like accurate in English as well.
Especially like there is humor in the dialogue as well, so I can imagine like how it could have been.
Yeah, I noticed that like the hardest thing to translate is probably jokes.
Yeah.
To actually still be funny after you translate them. And for example, many books. That's why I want to read as much as I can in the original language. Sometimes the jokes get lost in there, so I can really see the point of needing to sort of go through the whole dialogue really thoroughly.
そう、特に翻訳するにあたって冗談とかジョークとか翻訳するの大変ですよねっていう話を今してました。
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. So there was a question here again. Did Metoko make the music as well? Because it's very good.
この音楽はメトコさんが作ったものですか？
音楽は私が作ったものではありません。
どこからか？
はい、素材のものを使用しています。
なるほど。Yeah, she didn't make this music, but yeah, she took from I don't know how to say it in English, but there's like a sources for this.
Like library.
Yeah.
You're right.
So yeah, this is the second day, I believe. Yeah, second day.
All right. So we just played through the first day. That's good.
And now is the info points thing that I was talking about previously. And yeah, we're still not having the third developer here.
Yeah.
But I think it's better to now
go
to the third game.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's really, can you, Metoko, tell where to find you and that kind of information?
Where we can find the game?
The game and yes.
このゲームをどこでダウンロードできるかとか、あとメトコさんがどこにいらっしゃるか、ソーシャルメディアとかどこいらっしゃるかとかを軽く教えていただけますか？
このゲームは私のウェブサイトからダウンロードできるのですが、そのウェブサイトへのリンクは私のツイッターから見ることができます。
Yeah, this game can be downloaded from her website, and her website can be found from her Twitter account.
Yeah, and we can share those links on the chat box. So So if you can write them down in the private chat
あ、
here, and
OK
we can share them.
プライベートチャットの方に書いていただければ、ツイッターのアカウント名書いていただければ。はい。
はい。
Yeah, she put it on the private chat.
Yeah, and we will share the information. Yeah, I need to put on the second game.
Yes. So yeah.
Third game, actually. Losing the count already here.
Well, there's some error, of course, for me sharing this Twitter. Let's see now. There is the link, the Metoko's Twitter over there, and yeah, now it seems like it's sent. All right.
Yeah.
So I really want to thank you to getting up in the middle of the night to talk to us here. It's
は
really
い。
good.
夜遅いのに来てくださって本当にありがとうございます。
こちらこそありがとうございました。
It's really nice to have you here.
はい。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
あと、翻訳してくださりありがとうございました。
あ、いえいえ、とんでもないです。She just said that thank you for translating. And then,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hanako, as well.
Yeah, thank you.
This worked really well. This was really good.
Yeah, it was so fun.
All right. So yeah, sleep well and good luck with the second game.
おやすみなさい。
おやすみなさいということで。
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. So
And thank you, Hanako, as well. A lot.
Thank you.
Yeah,
This was awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
all right,
Yes,
that was-
I hope we're having this kind of how should I call this evening? Like on the edge in a way. We're running late a little bit, but it's no problem.
Yeah, that's no problem. So yeah, we're gonna play Neko Goes Jump by Burgos Games.
Yes.
And let's hope that the dev joins us here at some point.
Whoa.
But
What is saying?
still, we are able to play the game, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
You have played this game a little bit before, so can you sort of tell me what we're about to see here today?
Yeah, this is like a 2D platformer with 3D elements. Like you can switch between 2D and 3D.
Okay.
And that's kind of the idea of. I don't understand why is this giving me an error. So this was working when Victor is here. Good.
All right, here we go. Perfect.
Hi, Victor. Perfect timing. I hope everything was fine. Like, can you hear us? Sorry. Hi. Can we have a little bit of your audio? Like, can you check your audio source or make it higher somehow, the volume level?
I don't know what's going on in my head. So sorry about that.
Yeah,
now we can hear you.
Perfect.
Okay, so what's going on? You got an error? You got an error already?
Yeah, error 1000. I'm trying the other version of the game, actually, because of that. If you have an idea,
So
please tell me.
the that code is usually because you have was it Steam? Was it on Steam or not? Oh, it was,
that was the Steam demo, and this is the prologue that we are doing. we are trying now.
Yeah, the prolong's kind of old. I keep meaning to change that up. What is going on with my webcam today? All right, there we go.
I can still try the Steam version.
Yeah, I think
If you want.
the issue is, does this one have when you play it? I think, is it the Steam? Does it go on your Steam? Is that what the problem is? You have two different accounts on Steam. So what the problem is that if you have it's looking for the same person, the same Steam account, and it might be conflict. But
Okay.
yeah.
I have. Yeah, let's see. I will exit the game, and I hope you have a little bit of more time. Like, we're running late, but it's not a problem for us if it's not a problem for you.
No, we have time. Got time. Sorry about all the problems you all have.
Well, it's
good.
like every
It
time
might
we are
be.
streaming, there's something.
That's how we like it.
Actually, I think I have one that's not Steam, which might be easier. Also, I'm looking right now.
Yeah.
Where is the builds?
Let's try again.
There's so much
New
stuff
game.
going on.
Okay, now it's working.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
All right.
It was just something. Maybe the game was waiting for you.
Yeah, maybe. Nah, there's definitely a bug. I definitely need to figure out what that little bug is about. And make sure. I mean, I know what the bug is, but yeah, it won't affect new players. So so we use PlayFab as a backend, and so the problem is PlayFab, their queue system, whatever. So when you do like a lot of stuff in their backend, there's like this huge queue, and sometimes it takes a couple minutes, a couple seconds, sometimes hours, or even days before it like deletes stuff. And so one of the problems is the account management thing. And so when you have like two different Steam accounts, it like kind of doesn't know what's going on. And so that's my only gripe against PlayFab right now is their little queue thing system they got going on. Oops.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah. Move you over here.
But it's fine that it's working now.
Yeah, I've never actually done SteamYard before, but it looks like pretty quick and easy. Kind of like Twitch, right? Actually, you are showing this on Twitch, right? Still, so it's kind of like
it's coming live on.
So it's kind of like an online version of OBS, I guess. Kind of, sort of, except that you can connect with more people, like a Zoom, maybe. I don't know.
This is really helpful for you guys. Like, if we would be doing this only with OBS, for example, I would need to invite you to Discord, and it would be a kind of hassle. But with this format, you can just click the link and join with us. So
nice.
I'm actually using OBS for the game. It's like OBS is pretending that this is a camera, like a webcam, virtual camera, and that's how the game is playing.
Gotcha. So there's 4 people on here, but one of them's the camera.
Yeah, but let's not tell that to StreamYard. It's a secret. Yeah, this is like Zoom or Google Meets or something like that.
Gotcha.
With some streamer elements, like I like this platform, to be honest.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out a little bit more later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should we start off with you telling? We had a little discussion about your game already, but with your words, please.
My words. Yeah. So first off, Burgos Games is my name is Victor Burgos, right? So it's my company. I started it back in late 2018. I was actually working on a VR project. At the time, VR was still doing pretty good. Not so much anymore, but for games anyway. And there was a Game Jam submission for Epic Games of like Unreal Jam, like the spring in 2019. And I was kind of getting a little burnt out on that VR project. So I was like, let me grab a few random people and do the Game Jam. And so I did that. That was back in May 2019. It was about a week long. No, I think it was like 5 days. I think it was like 5 days. The Game Jam version is like completely different than it is now. I mean, the core concepts are the same, where you switch between 2D and 3D cameras, and you switch between your physical form and ghost form. But other than that, I mean, everything else got scrapped. It's a different game. I mean, obviously we kept the cute characters, the cute aesthetics, the cat. Everyone loves the cute cat, Neko. And yeah, so we submitted it, and then I basically just asked everybody, yep, who wants to stay back and continue on, because I think we had a cool little concept. Originally, I thought it was only going to take a year, but we're going on 2 years now.
Oh,
So,
all right.
it's obviously way more than a year.
Yeah.
So the main problem, it's not really a problem, it's just at the time I thought we were going to work a little faster, more hours. I'm the only one working full time on the game. So I have the team is actually, the team size has gone really big. So we started off with just me, and then I got 2 people from the game jam team that stayed behind, and then eventually little by little we grew the team. Now we're at 10 people, 10 game developers. But I'm the only one doing full time. So, I'm working anywhere between 40 to 60 hour weeks. And everyone is working about 10 hours, 10, 15 on average. So it's kind of tough when you have that sort of dynamic, because a lot of stuff takes a lot longer than you originally planned for or plans.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's definitely, so this is my first commercial project for my own, for myself, and so I've learned a lot over the past couple of years. Obviously management, project, producing the whole game, marketing, PR, the whole thing. I wear a lot of hats on the team, but right now I have a dedicated art lead. I have a dedicated programming lead. I took off both of those hats and gave it to somebody else so I could devote a little bit more attention where it was needed. But yeah, I mean, we went to our first convention was like DreamHack Atlanta back in 2019, and then last year I had it tough. I went from PAX South. So this was the physical convention still. PAX South in January to DreamHack Anaheim in California. And then like a week after Anaheim was PAX East in Boston on the East Coast. Yeah, it was it was 2 months of kind of torture for me when I was doing marketing. And so, I mean, I'll be super straight up front right now. I spent a good amount of money on those conventions. And it still wasn't enough for me. Like, for me personally, I still don't think I'm like where I would love to be visibility wise, right? Marketing, like, I still don't think a lot of people know about the game. I've hired different PR agencies in the past. Haven't had any great luck with them. I actually hired somebody else this time to try. Hopefully somebody new, and hopefully this one works out. And it's not, the game's not for everyone, right? So it's you got, first off, you got the cute aesthetics. So that's one issue for a lot of people. Some people are really into like hardcore, gritty, realistic graphic types games, not more the cute stylized games. So I already knew that it's going to be a pretty niche. And then also we're in a very somewhat overcrowded genre, right? Puzzle platformers, or just it's everyone and their mom seems to be doing one of these days. It's pretty easy to do overall, right? It's more about trying to make it unique and polishing it, right? So hopefully the whole 2D 3D camera and going between your physical body and the ghost form makes it a little bit unique in the crowd. Definitely. And then also it gives also, like, we have the whole speed run aspect of the game, right? So we had the clock and stuff like that. So it might be, it is fun for people. Like, there's a whole bunch of random people in Discord that'll try to beat everybody else's score. It's kind of fun to see that. So I know that there's a market for those, for the the speedrunner competitive types also.
Yeah, definitely. This is like the mechanics are for speedrunners for sure. That came to my mind when I was trying this game before the stream. And yeah, it's a long journey. It has been a long journey, and still a long journey ahead. And started with so small, like
I mean, we did a
idea.
Kickstarter. Yeah. Right. You start off with a little game jam, and there's a. I mean, I don't want like really talk about other people's games, but it's actually a good game, right? It's like really hot right now. That Loop Hero, I think it's Loop Hero. That started off as a game jam submission too. London Dare 45, I think. Oh. And I think that was like a 2 or 3 day game jam. And then look what they did. A year and some change later, they're making millions of dollars. Like, so, you know, I mean, well, now there's a whole bunch of caveats to that, right? Because they have a great publisher, right? Devolver Digital, right? You know, they spend a lot of money on other stuff too. Well, will this game get to there? No, and I don't expect it to be, but that's not my goal either, right? My goal is just to make a really fun, polished game that, you know, I can build my community at a regular pace, right? I'm not trying to be instant hit, one hit wonder either. Definitely don't want to be a one hit wonder. So, but hey, baby steps.
Oh, we're getting there. So, Andrea, I need to ask you: do you change the camera by yourself when you?
With X button. I'm using Xbox controller for this game, so
it changes to from the 2D to 3D.
Yeah, it's it's really useful. Yeah, I remember the game like Paper Mario.
Super Paper Mario, the first one, did that too. Yeah.
But slightly different. Like this is much more like fast-paced. I pressed the wrong button. Fast-paced game for speed running.
We're a little story light. We have we have the big intro in the beginning, telling how everything happened, and if hopefully we have enough time to actually add more story elements. That's my goal. Right now, we're trying to finish the game. Right, we're trying to finish the game. We're like 90%, almost 90% of the way there. The last 10% is all about that polish and post-production stuff. So that's telling you that you just don't have enough pause.
Yeah. So I need to go back.
You just gotta go fast. You gotta go fast. Yeah. Or you just gotta kill all the enemies. Because there's 3 pause, right, for this one, or for the game. The first pause is the speedrun time pause. The second pause is if you collect all the coins. And the third pause is where you defeat all the enemies in the level.
Okay.
And since the first 2 levels don't have enemies, so you automatically get those pause.
So I have to be really, really fast.
Really fast. Yeah, you're actually pretty slow right now. But
I know that's my problem with every game.
Yeah, it might be easier to just collect all the coins. That's the easy paw, right? To get in all the levels. You just have to make sure you get all of them. Don't die. Oh, that's a bug.
No.
Yeah, I don't even know how that happened.
This is a lot of things going on under the surface, like we talked about.
And it's been really hard to market that also, because obviously you got the cute aesthetic, so everyone's like, oh, this is like a cute game. Nah.
Cute game for my kid, and then the kid comes crying and like, oh, the game is too hard.
Gets a little hard, yeah. But when we went out to conventions, I would see people test, all the ages from like 8 till 80. You'd have the kids and you even have the grandparents playing. So I think it's fun. I think it's even though we have a little bit, we need a little bit more better marketing of the game properly. I think once people start learning about the game and reaches a little bit more visibility, I think it'd do all right. We had a Kickstarter last year. I mean, the total goal, or the goal that we got funded, was like 20,000 or whatever, and so that was, it was not bad. I guess the goal was 15, and we ended up getting 20, 20,000 for that, and 463 total backers or something like that. No, I can't remember. So that was nice last year, you know, a little bit extra funding, but also it gave us a little sense of validation, right? Because first off, we funded our goal, but then we went a little bit above our goal. But also, that's almost 500 people that kind of believed in our game, right? So that's cool. That's cool validation, right? And not a lot of people support Kickstarter anyway, so it gives us a little slight just a little validation of like, okay, we might be able to do something really cool, and when the game comes out, it might sell decent. We have the platforms that we're going to support is going to be PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and mobile. We have Android right now. Also the iArcade and the Atari VCS. And so, I mean, honestly, PC is super crowded right now. So I personally don't think we're gonna do like the hottest on PC, but once we get on the consoles, that's where most money is anyway, on the consoles, right? So, so hopefully we get a little bit more visibility on there.
Like it's funny that you said like the I don't know how should I call it, like identity problem like of the game. Like we last week we had a developer who was talking about the same thing. Like his game was like, when people saw the game, they were thinking also like, oh, it's this kind of like it's populous kind of game, and they totally misunderstood the game always when they tried to play it, because they were expecting the game to work
like
their way, like how they were imagining it to work, and it has lots of elements like different kind of elements, unique elements, and so and I'm happy of that kind of games, like who are breaking the like how to say, like people's assumptions, like
right
what the game should be, like.
Yes, I think that's good. It's good to surprise people with the expectations, but the problem with that is, one of the major problems is you still need to get a nice hook, a big enough hook to get people to even play the game in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So if it's nice to surprise people like, oh, they expected the game to play one way, and maybe they didn't think. Maybe they thought it was going to be an average game, but it would be cool to play it anyway. And then their expectation is like much better than it was. But you still have the problem of getting them to play the game in the first place.
It needs to have that kind of hype, underground hype, like the right people need to talk about the game, or something like that. That's how I see it.
Right. And, right now, I don't think anybody knows really what's really good right now. Marketing wise, you got influencers are still typically okay. Like the streamers and content creators, like on YouTube. A lot of people are trying to jump on TikTok, which I kind of want to try. I have no idea I never used TikTok before, and I was like, who like what? But everybody who uses TikTok make it seem like it's so easy. So I don't know. I'm gonna check it out and see what happens. It's hard. Social media is like super hard because, especially now because of COVID, there's no way to really like connect to people like one-on-one like we had in the physical events, right? You could talk to like people and kind of like you can kind of be almost like pitch it like a salesman. That's how I was anyway for those events. I like get people. I would like drag people and like play the game, and then like they're like, oh, it's not my game. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And then like they leave. They're like, oh, this was a really cool game. I'm glad I played it. Right. So that's the thing is I'm not that good though when it's virtually. Like it's kind of hard for me to be like pull people in like on my social media, like, hey, come over here. Because there's like literally tens of thousands of developers doing that same thing right now. And so like it's hard. It's definitely harder now than it was.
Yeah, I can see that. Flower boss.
Yeah, I have terrible.
I wasn't
right
expecting this. Like we were just talking about like unexpected things, and this is something.
Right. So we have So right now we have 8 biomes that are going to be released. Oh, we might finish the 9th, but I doubt it before release. That'll probably be a post update or post content, a free post content thing. But 8 biomes, and they play. This one's in grassy lands, the next one's like in jungle, one's on desert, one's in like ice. The other one. We have them all over the place. Anyway, we got flaming lands, we got fluffy lands, which takes up in the sky. We got spacey lands, which obviously is in space, and we got the pirate ship biome, which takes place on the pirate ship. So
the pirates are the enemy.
Yeah, they're space dog pirates. Yeah, space dog pirates. Yeah,
they destroyed everything.
Yeah,
at the beginning.
Yep. So each biome will have one boss, and at the end, the final boss, each boss, and then once you beat that boss, you go to the next biome. And this is where I would hope, and I'm hoping to add some more story elements to it, but it's time. It's just there's never enough time to do everything.
Oh, how do I beat this?
You're doing good. You're doing it right, but you're forgetting 2D. You forget
the HP
2D.
is 100% still. Like I haven't done any damage.
Maybe we should kind of fix that. But once you kill one of these things, finally, you'll see a drop.
Oh yeah, now I see. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you have to kill those plants.
Yeah.
Right. And to damage the boss.
Spawn.
Yeah. So the next developer is here, and this is a good place to stop. It's always fun to stop the game when the boss arrives, because I believe the viewers will get like really interested, like, okay, what's going on, and then I will stop playing, and they are like, oh no, don't do it yet. Now I need to buy the game,
You're good. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate the time to jump on here and talk about the game, and I appreciate y'all just keep doing what y'all do. I mean, GDWC was pretty cool. I think I was 3rd on that week, whatever. It's cool. It's a cool little competition. I definitely would recommend it for all developers, and hopefully we see it more hyped up, because right now it's kind of low key, right? Like not a lot of people still know about GWC.
We just started the next year sort of the competition as well, so it's a little bit silent right now.
It started like how many weeks ago?
3 weeks,
something like that. Yes, and we're going to start the weekly votes really soon.
Yeah,
we're still waiting. We have good amount of games already, but we're still waiting a little bit.
Nice.
And let's hope this year's awesome. It looks good right now.
Yeah. Do you have any like last words where we can find
you,
game and where we can find you?
Yeah, find me. So I'm on Twitter. At Burgos Games. At Neko Ghost Jump is for the game. On Facebook, same thing, at Burgos Games, at Neko Ghost Jump. We're actually on Instagram too. So anyways, basically everywhere. You could just at Burgos Games or at Neko Ghost Jump. YouTube, same thing. We just got our little unique URL, Burgos Games, and then Discord is discord.gg/Neko Ghost Jump.
Yeah, and please, can you write those on the private chat as well, so we can share those?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
I'll put them live on.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I love the attention to detail. The cat is carrying that kind of fish. Yeah, that's the weapon.
Yeah, it's a swordfish. It turns into a swordfish once you get to the ghost mode. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's part of the story as well. The fish is actually evolving as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So perfect. Thank you so very much for this little chat over here, and it was cool to see your game. And I hope you the best with this game in the future, and see you around.
Yep. See you this year on the competition. All right. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Perfect. Good luck.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
And let me put on the next game.
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
Chris is able to join us with audio, it seems. So perfect.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
And also here in between, I want to remind everyone that we are actually we were talking about game jams over there during the last developer chat, and we are actually having our first game jam that is you can enroll in right now. We actually have 1 hour and 15 minutes until it starts, and it will go on for a week. So yeah, the one you can see scrolling down here, that's the address to go to for our first game jamming with GDWC. All right, so let's go on to the next game. We have Chris MacFarland here with us.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Really nice to have you here.
Great. Hello, Auntie and Matthias, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming. It's far away. What's the time over there?
So here in New Zealand, it's Friday morning, just after 9 a.m. and
right.
Dropped my kids off to school about half an hour ago, and sort of got back. I was like, right, let's find out that my regular microphone has been broken in a box because there's too much other stuff I haven't used in such a long time. So I'm using Apple Bluetooth headphones and mic at the moment, and thus it doesn't work great with the PC, and my other Mac is downstairs with my kids' stuff, and it's just like, oh, I'll just do this with my other Mac Mini setup. So hopefully this is good enough. But
yeah, well, I sort of have the same situation over here as well. As like everything is in boxes or something. So I can feel you.
So I have a box there on the table as well.
Yeah, and then I can't get my profile picture to work on this streaming thing. It just doesn't. It lets me submit the image, but then it doesn't let me apply it. So it's like, oh well, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you tell something about the game?
Sure. Okay. So what you're seeing here is a game called Tallowmere 2: Curse of the Kittens, and I released this on Steam Early Access just in December 2020. So about 3 months ago. I've been working on this game for about 4 years, since 2017. And it's a sequel to a game called Tallowmere, just Tallowmere by itself, that I put on Steam back on 2015, back in the days of Greenlight, kind of when indie games were this weird thing where, like, I don't think itch.io existed at the time. It was sort of indie game stand. Desura, was it? Was another sort of indie retail site that didn't really last for too long. And yeah, having to go through the whole Steam Greenlight thing of where only a certain number of games would be put through every couple months or something, and people had to like vote, and it was all based on wish list count, all this weird kind of stuff, just because you weren't a commercial AAA publisher. But anyhow, so I made Tallowmere, which only took me about a year from memory. And I was new to game development. I used to be a website developer before doing game stuff. But I found that websites were just kind of boring. Like, I like programming, but doing that in a retail sense, like 8 hours a day, getting customers, I was just like, nah, I need to do something else. So I made Tallowmere, and at the time, Spelunky was a big inspiration for me, sort of figuring out how to add game mechanics, making the enemy AI kind of do their own thing while being aware of you, but doesn't always have to be aware. And so with Tallowmere and Tallowmere 2, one of the main aspects was it needs to be in a dungeon. It needs to be bloody. I quite liked the gameplay of having a shield block your attacks, whereas, say, certain games require you to jump out of the way or roll or dodge or something. I thought, how about you got to have your shield raised, and that sort of negates damage to alive.
Thanks for reminding me about the shield.
Yeah. And so that was Tallowmere 1, and then one of the things with that a lot of my fans really wanted was online gameplay, and I thought I'll try that for the sequel. I tried it for a little bit with re-implementing it in T1, but it was too much of a. The game was not designed to be set up like that. If you press, are you using a controller or keyboard?
Controller, yeah.
I think left trigger.
Yeah, I
will
can
drink
heal
a
myself.
potion. Yeah, cool.
Nice.
And so Tallowmere 2 was kind of this thing of, okay, I sort of know how to make games now, kind of. Let's make sure online networking is probably going to work. And that's really made the development time be a lot longer because of it, but it's done, or it's pretty much in. Mostly works. There's a couple of odd random bugs, but on the whole, it's like doing server deployment, making sure people can connect. I've got a mobile version underway, and that works between desktop and mobile. So just a lot of technical features that really aren't fun to create, but once you make it and it's in, the hard work is done, and then people can enjoy it, which is sort of what it's all about. But yeah, with Tallowmere 2 here, it's largely based on an action roguelike type of mentality where the rooms are randomly generated, the enemies are randomly chosen, their positions are chosen randomly, the loot is random. There's some pedestals in this game. There's kittens to rescue, which give you random blessings as well. And I guess one other key factor with Tallowmere and Tallowmere 2 as well is that I always kind of like just being able to chase a high score. It doesn't really have to have an exciting save the world kind of story, save the princess or something. Lady Tallowmere is in the homeroom, which you can use the blue portals to go home to visit her, or the home merchant to spend your hard-earned gold on for new items. And Lady Tallowmere is basically the dungeon overseer, the dungeon overlord. She can heal you out of her kind generosity, just because she knows you're going to be in a lot of pain trying to go through the dungeons. So that in a gameplay sense, that also means that you can, in most rooms, escape back home and heal up without dying. Because if you die in the spirit of a roguelike, you're going to get a game over screen. There will be. I do want to have difficulty options later for more casual sort of player respawning, or even just maybe a stock count like Smash Brothers or Mario. But for now, it's just once that health bar reaches 0, you're done, and then you get to try again. Which some people like, some people don't.
I like.
All right. I rescued the kitten.
Dark corruption. Okay. Doesn't sound good, even it's a blessing.
It's a good thing for the player. Enemies will emit AoE, which hurts other enemies. Doesn't hurt you, if I remember correctly. And you can get a lot of chain reactions of just a lot of damage. And yeah, so for the initial launch here of early access, there's 9 different kittens, which you saw in the home screen at the initial intro. And they do different things if you can rescue them, and just to help you out. But there's a lot more.
There we go.
Yup.
And all the way to the beginning.
And then yes, back to the beginning. Yeah.
How else?
Yes, there's some people like that aesthetic. I do, but I know it is not for everyone. I mean, it's hard to appease to all players, but that's the aim of the game, is not to die. And if you do, well, hopefully you can figure out what was hitting you and use your shield better next time. I've tried to emphasize with the game that some games I would say lack at times of getting hit, making sure it's known that you took damage, like the screen shakes, the screen flashes red, your health bar shakes. It's not just some piddly little, oh, you got hit by something and the game's not going to tell you about it. So I'm quite big on UI juicing of making sure that it feels bad.
Yeah, and the audio, actually, like, it's part of the feel. It's really like brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal use of audio. That's how I would call it. Reminds me of those like old video games from the 80s or something like that. And
yeah.
It has that kind of brutal feeling that I almost feel like I'm getting hurt.
Yeah, and with the controller, making sure that rumbles as well.
Yeah, it's all.
But yeah, so to heal, you can use a potion, or go find a portal and go back home. And yeah, there's a couple bugs here. Like you saw that flying Zeri was kind of stuck on the corner. I need to fix that. Even here, your weapon, it's a fire axe, but the glow for it is off centered. I gotta figure out which where the sprite, why that's being a bit silly. So it's not the the traps on the walls currently are not destructible. I do have it written down on my list to investigate for an upcoming gameplay patch to see about making them be a bit more able to be destroyed or disabled somehow, because sometimes it's annoying, a little too annoying. And as a designer, trying to find the sweet spot between how annoying is annoying. I don't want to remove it completely, because then unless something is that annoying that it's just not fun in any sense and not a challenge. But
yeah, there's a certain level, like, it's annoying but people love it, or like, that two kind of
like
annoyance things going on.
Don't have it and everyone's going to say it's too easy. Keep it in. If it's too hard and everyone's complaining about it, okay, maybe it needs to be nerfed or tweaked a little bit. But the flat out going, no, I'm just gonna remove it completely. That's sort of the last resort. I'd like to at least explore finding a better way to keep it, but without infuriating the player too much. There's things in the game. One feature I tried to do with Tallowmere 2 here is that for most weapons, and there's still more to do, but there's poison elements, which adds a damage over time. Fire currently is more just there's fireballs in the game, like that one. Tallowmere 1 had a flamethrower and had a fire damage over time effect. Is that going to be the same as poison? I'd like to experiment with having it be a little bit different, just because otherwise it's just the same thing, which to me is boring. There's a purple arcane stunning, so if you get stunned, well, that's not good because you can't use your shield and you're probably going to die. Stunning enemies is good though, because then they can't attack. And
this weapon is awesome. It's just kind of I kill myself as well with this weapon.
Oh yeah, some are fun, but you gotta watch out, because a couple stray grenades can be the end of yourself. One thing with Tallowmere and Tallowmere 2 as well is that I guess as a designer, I don't like ammunition quantity counts within reason, just because it's more fun to just be a badass and throw spam things. Like it's silly. So you're not gonna go, you only got 3 grenades. Better make really smart use of them, and then you end up not using them at all because you want to save the item for that sweet special moment, and that moment never comes. So it's like, no, let's just not have mana bars, stamina bars, any kind of ammo unless there's a really good reason. I think potions have a quantity at the moment, just because I want to emphasize that you can use your shield, but your shield doesn't have a stamina bar or anything, so you can just keep that raised and negate damage, and then go hard with the attacks. I will give you a heads up. Unfortunately, there's not a bug, but a mechanic where you've got this. Just rescued that kitten. You've got this lovely storm cloud above your head, which will occasionally shoot lightning at enemies to help damage them. But with grenades, your friendly lightning can explode your own grenade. So if you happen to throw a grenade and the lightning cloud decides to shoot at the same time and maybe blows up in your face, just a heads up.
Okay.
So yeah, that's something on my list. But yeah, so Tallowmere 2 is a combination of just a lot of randomness. It's also got we've got single player here that you're playing. I've got online co-op and couch co-op, local co-op, so you can have up to 4 players using a controller, sharing the same screen.
No.
Oh dear, stun and hit in the back a few times. Yep.
The doors.
And each room also has once you get past room 5, as you were just in, there's room modifiers in the spirit of randomness. And each modifier can do things like making enemies all use the same weapon or the same element type, or have bouncy projectiles, or even more projectiles than normal. And I think every 5 rooms past room 5, up to a max of 5 modifiers at the moment. Things like rooms can get pretty random and hectic based on what the room modifiers end up doing. And all these things, I guess, have spurred, I've added them to the game, and there's more to come. But a lot of stuff in the game is just kind of base frameworks and ground foundations for things to be added in the future, because not everything happens instantly in the world of game development where you go, I want to add a thing, and it's like, okay, so let's do a rough prototype, make sure it kind of works in theory. Then is it going to need sprites, sound, how does it feel, text translation, and it's all just kind of like, yes, I will add that, but geez, it's not going to be an overnight edition unless I'm in a really good flow and good mood, but that doesn't happen too often. It's nice when it does, but it's not a guarantee.
Yeah. And actually, when you said the word translation, it was kind of interesting to notice that my Steam is in Finnish language, and I was starting up the game, and actually the name was translated into Finnish. That was
yes,
a little bit surprising.
Yeah, my Finnish translator, and he translated Tallowmere 1 as well. I think he said he's worked on a few different games here and there on Steam. He just kind of really likes the indie vibe and likes to help out, and it's pretty cool. And then with Steam, you can optionally translate the game's title, how it appears. And so I've left Tallowmere 2 as it is, but we did the subtitle for Curse of the Kittens being translated for Finnish because that was a good fit. Whereas my French translator, he was consulting his friends and said, just keep the subtitles in English. It just sounds a bit silly in French. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But there's pedestals with items, so you can get different. They don't really visually affect the character, but there's swords which have different maximum attack powers to add to your base strength. There's a couple of hearts. A lot of items that I want to add are based off of what other games have that I find fun and would like to have in my game, because why not? If it's fun, I'd like to have it in. I would say I'm not trying to be original with what I'm doing with the game, but it's kind of just about actually having a full package of having a lot of stuff, because that's what, for me, is fun with games. It's okay to have a good base prototype game mechanic and have it be playable, and that's all good, but really you want to keep coming back to a game, and so you need a lot of stuff to keep it interesting. And if there's not, once you've seen everything, you kind of go, okay, well, I'll come back later if the game's still being worked on, or if it's not being worked on, maybe there'll be an expansion down the line if you're lucky. If not, you're probably going to move on to another game and just hope that you have what you played in memory is
Yeah,
was fun and you enjoyed it, but not all games get played for ages and ages. I expect people to get bored and moved on.
I killed a kitten.
Yes, so the kittens unfortunately are kind of fragile, but that's okay. The whole thing with the kittens as well. In the first game, before I launched on Steam, I had a sort of a closed beta, and one of my testers was saying, "Chris, this is a really hard game. Can you please make it easier somehow?" I don't want to have a massive health bar to start with, and I don't want to nerf enemy damage too much. And I thought, and I don't really want to have difficulty like easy, medium, hard as menu options, at least in the first game. And so I thought, what's the really most evilest way I can make the game easier while making you feel bad? And I thought, let's have a basket of sacrificial kittens in the homeroom that you can optionally sacrifice a kitten and gain plus 10 maximum health as a starting attribute. And so for the sequel, I thought, let's kind of go take that kitten idea and keep them in the game, but maybe not be as mean. So the whole Curse of the Kittens subtitle and rescuing the kittens, I kind of felt like maybe we should redeem the kittens rather than killing them this time.
Yeah.
So that item just activated Stone of Daishan, I believe it's called, and if you're in a big room and there's heaps of enemies, you can just activate that if you find it, and it kills them all, and just kind of get away scot-free. These pedestals do usually have a negative curse. Currently, the only curse in the game is to make certain enemies be doubled when they spawn in the room, and they don't give you coins nor souls, I don't think.
Mystery.
And I want to add, so with leveling up, kind of in the spirit of Nuclear Throne, where when you level up, you get to choose a thing. I thought let's try making a third option as well, as rather than just your typical health or damage. A third random option. Just if you're feeling lucky, go for it. And there's a whole bunch of different attributes that can be chosen.
Yeah, I feel like all the dungeons are different. I have never felt that. Yeah, I have played this dungeon before. Like even with randomness, that can happen. It depends how you make the randomness. But in this game, it really works.
Oh, thank you. It's some. So I believe it's like the Binding of Isaac series, the Spelunky series, and even Diablo 2. A lot of segments are pulled from with the random generation. There's a lot of preset areas that are then chosen, kind of like playing cards, and the games piece those segments together. For Tallowmere and Tallowmere 2, most of the areas are. I think the algorithm is basically a drunken walk. My room generator basically says which items and enemies do we need in the room. So we're going to need, say, 10 enemies and maybe 2 treasure chests and a pedestal or something like that. And the game then traverses, I think it does 10 paces in a random direction. And there's a reason why this game is very blocky, like with the room layouts, because it's kind of just squares. It's not trying to be crazy slope caverns or anything too fancy. It's very simple. But it sort of does 10 steps in northeast, southwest, and then after those 10 steps, it calculates to see if there's enough floor spaces for the required amount of things that need to spawn. And if there aren't enough spaces, then it does another 10 steps in random directions, and then recalculates to see if there's if there's enough space, and it just continues that until there is, and then that's the room. And then it sort of goes, all right, how many traps should we spawn? You got the spikes in the walls, the ceiling and the wall traps for the projectile emitters, and then the spinning pinwheels at the moment as well. And it's not trying to be too over the top, I would like to experiment with having more pre-made segments to add later for like special areas. One thing that Tallowmere 2 lacks at the moment are special areas and bosses. Tallowmere 1 had a few bosses and a couple different special areas where it's just a sort of an excuse to make the dungeon be a little different rather than the same old formula that I just explained. And I can, well, I'm hoping to add in things like a fountain that gives you yet another random blessing or something, or a specific room where you got to rescue I don't know, a quick little fetch quest, collect 5 things, return them to an NPC or something like that, get a reward, or have a boss. Bosses in 2D spaces are kind of challenging because, one, it sort of needs to look good. 2, you're limited by, especially with the shield mechanic, where you can't just block all the boss's attacks in theory. Then it's like, do you need mobs to spawn behind you just to make things hard, or have the boss move as well? Or not. I don't know. I have a couple prototypes in, but I just haven't really committed to making them be fleshed out and ready enough to be playable yet. So they're coming, but they're just not on the cards yet.
So what's the plan overall with the game? Like,
so the long-term plan. So I mean, I've spent 4 years working on this somehow, and still have a lot more to add. I think feature-wise, in the dungeon, I want to add more weapons from Tallowmere 1, a couple more elements. I need to add outfits and hats, because that's still not implemented, and Tallowmere 1 had those. And I'd like to kind of have not a full, like, here's the story in the game and this is it, but have like sort of episodic content of, here's a chosen story you can select from. Maybe the boss in room 60 will be the end boss for that specific story, but the build up to that boss will be focused on whatever that kind of story plot line is focused around. But one story doesn't necessarily have to relate to other stories or be the only story in the dungeon, because you're not really trying to save anyone. And the aim of the game is just to see how far you can go. And it being a dungeon, and Lady Tallowmere, while she can heal you, she's also a bit of a bitch. She's very snarky, and so she's kind of mean. And in that sense, and it's a dungeon, it's not trying to be a nice place. I'd like to explore some very, I don't know, not great plot lines, but at the same time just keep it silly because it is a game. I'm not trying to have an ulterior motive or push an agenda. It's just like, here's a silly, not nice place to be, but I hope you're having fun, or will have fun, in a cruel kind of sense.
And
so there's a lot
how's
of
been the feedback with the game? Like, this seems to be like at least for me, like a streamer friendly game that, if you're a streamer and you want to entertain your viewers, you play this game.
Yeah, I'd like to
know
think that there's a bit enough enemies, and there's more to come, and different weapons, but just to keep the on-screen visuals amusing for the audience. I mean, it's one thing to play it and go, oh, geez, I got to watch for this incoming damage and have my shield raised. But just to have, the blood splats effect, the blood splats, and all the... Once you get in the later rooms, I think currently there's a max of 30 enemies, and that's without extra curses and duplications and that kind of thing. Rooms can get pretty hectic and crowded. So, yeah, I would like to think that it's entertaining for the audience in a streamer sense. It's... Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought. What was I going to say?
No problem.
No worries. That happens.
Add more things. From a technical standpoint as well. At the moment, there's Steam leaderboards. There's achievements. I'd like to add workshop support for modding. We're being able to replace sprites. Add your own dialogue for NPCs. I have a dungeon room editor sort of half implemented. I haven't touched it in a long time, and we'll need some adjustments. But basically, being able to not have a randomly generated room and be able to carve out your own. Here's the enemy spawn points. Here's the room layout and the traps, and have that be kind of like a Little Big Planet or Super Mario Maker sense, where you can just design your own layout. Like just click and drag the mouse. Here's the room. And then click and drag the enemies or whatever you want to have, and to be able to allow players to add stuff and then share it with their friends or anyone that wants to give it a go, and use Steam Workshop primarily for that. But at the same time, there's also then I've got a Switch development kit sitting here with me, and. Ooh, the kid! No. Oh, no. The poison dot.
So close. Yeah.
So yeah, get a Nintendo Switch version out the door. And then for the mobile port as well. The mobile controls currently are working, and I spent a lot of time making sure that they. I mean, you can still use a controller with your phone or tablet, or you got the touchscreen controls in. I need to sort out. So on Steam, it's currently the game is priced at a $9.99 US dollar price point. Mobile Tallowmere 1 was a premium title. I think it was $2.99 US for a while, but I think it's just $1.99 currently. But for Tallowmere 2, I'm gonna have a go here with doing it free to install, but then probably one or three in-app purchases, kind of like a supporter pack. Like, here's the base game. Yes, you can play it, but if you want to play online, or you want to get that random mystery reward from the statue, you're gonna please pay me a couple dollars. And I hope that will be kind of the sweet spot between, yes, it's free to install, so people will at least give it a try, because on mobile, that's just what dominates the markets, is tap here to install. Premium, looking at my Tallowmere 1 sales, it's not impossible to make it worthwhile, but I think, the mobile market is still free to. I hate the word free to play, because I don't like spending gold sinks and gems and time limits and those kind of horrible negative things that to me are not fun, which the mobile industry seems to be fascinated with because it works. And I didn't grow up with that, and I don't really like it. I don't really care about monthly user acquisitions and all this stuff. I just want to make a fun game and focus on the fun. And adding that kind of stuff is not fun. And milking the player, no, that's not why I'm doing this. Mobile probably free to install, but then it's a supporter pack in game, just as a one-off purchase, and go from there. Console will probably be premium, much like Steam, just because I don't think free to install on console it's technically feasible. Like Fortnite, a couple other sort of PvP based games might be able to get away with that with buying skins and stuff just to show off. But for this kind of game, no, probably not. Having said that, though, I still would like to add PvP later on. Not a priority right now.
Actually.
I mean, just because at this point with the game, it's kind of why not? The dungeons are set up. The goal is to see how far you can get a high score, and die trying. But everything else between you starting the dungeon and trying to go to the next room over and over again, anything else in between can be changed. I guess as a game developer, one I can't remember where I read it from, but the idea that there's a goalpost, which is the end death sequence. Your giant playing field between that and the end can be anything. And it's because of that I like to add a lot of different things, just because it's fun. Yeah, I can see this being a PvP, having a PvP mode for capture the flag or free for all. Probably wouldn't try the MOBA type, destroy the other team's base and loot up, in between the space of an hour. Maybe I won't rule it out, but it's kind of like, oh, that's gonna be a lot of work. But if there's nothing else to add, and that's kind of the thing that people want later down the track, sounds like it's a fun challenge to try and implement.
Yeah, I can see there's like plenty of directions for this game, and I mean this is already good. So
yeah.
Perfect.
So I don't really know how long all these things will take to add. I have some health issues that have slowed down Tallowmere 2's development a lot, and it's quite inconvenient and inconsistent, but that's the way it is. And as I'm just a solo developer, like this, as a professional, I guess this makes enough money to support me and my family, but doesn't really make enough to be able to just hire people and tell people, here, let's say, can you add this for me, and I'll pay you money in return, as a salary or something. And I mean, technically I could, but I don't know that it would be financially worthwhile. And I'd rather not shoot myself in the foot that way, because I do see studios close down because of mismanagement of funds, or just you make a hit and you get some money, but then the money, whatever you did for that sprint, dries up, and suddenly it's like, well, we can't really continue development anymore, and you have to call it quits. And I'd rather not do that either. And I guess being a solo developer, it also allows me to have flexibility during the day of not having to commit to a 8-hour time slot or something.
Gives you certain kind of freedom, definitely.
Yeah, it's a weird lifestyle. This wasn't really what I was planning on doing years ago. I thought I got an IT degree. I like doing websites. Found that I didn't really like working in a workplace kind of environment, because I just 8 hours. Like, I like programming, but not every day straight. Like, especially as I'm getting older, I just don't have that energy anymore, especially with my health issues. And so, being a solo dev, my wife is able to work a 40-hour desk job and makes okay money through that. So she's our family's sort of income earner, if you will. And I get to sort of do this on the side while also getting my kids to school and back, without having to pay for like daycares and after hours. Because school finishes at 3 p.m., which doesn't really fit into the typical 9 to 5 work time frame. But
so have your kids played the game?
A little bit. I do try to turn the blood off. You can turn the blood off. But yeah, I remember my kids going, "Where's the key? Where's the key?" You gotta find the key, and figuring out how to get through a few rooms. So I guess my kids, I got 2 daughters. One's 9 years old, and the other's just turned 5. And they sort of know that, this is what I do. This is what I make. No, it's not quite my dad works for Nintendo kind of a thing, but they do know that I have my game on the Nintendo Switch. And it was on the Wii U as well. So it's kind of cool, weird at the same time, but they just play Minecraft all day. So. But yeah, I guess if I mean, this is a game development focused stream. Like, as a solo dev, having to do everything. It was interesting listening to your previous developer on just before with the cat game. Doing sort of 40-hour plus weeks, and then also having to do marketing, PR, and all this other stuff. Yes, it's nice if you can sort of have extra hands on deck. But yeah, it's all just money. Time. There's never enough time.
And
then customer, or I don't like using the word customer, but player feedback. This is broken, or can you please tweak this or change this? Now, when I made Tallowmere 1, I was quite done, and it's like, here's the game. I've added a few things, and I added a couple of things post-launch, but that wasn't really my focus. But doing this early access model with Steam, and probably planning on keeping it early access for a fair while, I imagine, at least a year, probably a fair bit longer. I'm much more in a position of saying, yes, I'm willing to look at changing this, because one, the game's not done, and someone playing the game with feedback, they've probably invested more time into being annoyed or wishing something was changed a bit more than I have, because I've got so many other things I have to do. It takes a lot of time to sit and actually go, right, here's my design hat on, and I'm actually going to test and play this. That doesn't happen that often. I'll just go, here's the idea, I feel like implementing it, seems to work, sweet, let's add it, let's move on. But then the players that are actually playing the game, rather than coding it, it's different. And so there's a lot of, for me, valuable feedback when someone says, hey, this kind of sucks, or can you change this, or I really love this, please leave it alone, or don't change it, despite what other people are saying. So I got to sort of weigh up on that. But for me, I guess when someone takes the time out of their day to actually write down a suggestion or a bug or whatever, that speaks very loudly to me that they care, and therefore I care as well. Unfortunately, there's just so many things that a lot of features and suggestions and things get put on a list, and the list is large. Like, I've got a GitHub tracker that I primarily use just because it's easy for me to add labels and keep track of different versions, or which things will be focused on in this version coming up or not. And there's just so many things, especially when you've got keyboard support, controllers, couch co-op, online, single player, online stuff. Even recently, one big thing that I added was, so in this game, I made sure that you can save the game at any point. Like, you can press escape right now, click save, and quit, and you'll be back right here without, it's not like a checkpoint system. And coding wise, that works in a sense that you can disconnect from an online game and then reconnect, and you'll be back where you were. And one feature I recently added too, because it was a very highly requested feature, was people wanted to play their online games, but they've been playing for 3 hours, they're tired, everyone needs a break, they don't want to get disconnected, and they want to be able to resume their session with their friends at another point in time. And when I launched, the servers only kept the games in memory. They didn't write them to disk. So I didn't really have a resume feature enabled for online play. But I've added that now. So now that's a thing as well. You can kind of what was the Civilization 5, I think it was. That was a turn-based game, but you could have a online session, save and play it later. So it's kind of like that now. It's like, you can do that now. So it's like, hey, it's done. Hope that is useful and makes it worth worth playing online and really chasing those long games, those long high scores, just because it's fun. And from another sort of feature technical aspect, when someone has a bug, whether it's an like a coding error on my part or the Unity engine that I use, sometimes it just has errors. As long as the game doesn't do a full crash, which is pretty rare, the game will send your current save file to my website so that I can then investigate what the issue was. So I can get pretty much an exact copy of at least the start of the room that you were in, so it helps me figure out what the issue was. So that's been quite helpful with fixing things that I probably wouldn't otherwise be able to know how to fix without asking the player, can you please manually go into your hard drive, figure out which file it was, email it to me. No, this is all just very automatic so that they don't have to do any of that. So that's been quite handy. And then down the line, I want to look at doing like cross-platform saving, maybe. Like technically it's doable, but from a setting it up,
that doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't. It's
I
hard.
don't remember a game having that kind of thing. Actually.
Yeah, but it's kind of like I'd like to do it, but at the same time, I'd rather be focusing on adding things to the dungeon. Like back-end coding is not exciting. It's not super exciting. It's looking at lines of code and going, I hope this works when I finally deploy and test the servers, and then got to check the logs. Whereas when you're playing something, you can immediately see if this weapon is working or not, or this visual effect or the sprite or whatever. This is kind of why I prefer making games, and sometimes wonder if I've gone in too deep with all this online stuff. But at the same time, I really wanted to make it happen, so here we are.
Yeah, and the game is really addictive. Like I realized, I lost the track of time actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear.
We were supposed to speak we're late anyways, but only 30 minutes. But
we're 5 minutes over. It's no problem.
Okay, good to know. It's just 5 minutes.
Okay.
I totally lost the track of time, to be honest.
We were like 7 minutes late, I think. So that's not a problem. But but I think this time actually sort of to start rounding off this
wrap up
this
That's all
episode.
good. Yeah.
But so that was really cool to be here. You had lots of interesting things to listen to. You had
games addictive, really addictive.
Thanks. I remember one because before I launched on early access, I did have a free demo available, and a couple players, and looking at the stats, they played the demo for like 100 hours. And they just really just all the randomness, and you couldn't even get past, I think it was like, I had limited the rooms as well. So some really enjoy it. Others go, nah, a couple hours in, I can't be bothered. I'd rather go play something else. But everyone's different, and that's okay.
So
It's really actually, my thumb is hurting actually right now. Like I haven't had this feeling for a while from a game.
There's been calls for adding auto attacks just so your fingers.
No. I'm
this going to
tapping.
It's a large part of the lack of ammunition and spamming buttons. Back when playing the Mega Man games, where I'd like to add some charge attacks to experiment, but just having to actually physically press a button over and over, it kind of gets annoying. But it's feedback. It makes you interact with the game.
Yeah, it makes me feel that I'm trying my best. I'm doing this by myself, and not the not the autopilot or whatever. However,
yeah. But at the same time, sometimes you are, I don't know, hurting, or maybe you're just tired and you really don't feel like spamming the buttons, and maybe you do want to have it kind of help you out. So I'm kind of like, I'll look at implementing it. Probably not full attack speed, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
So, where to find you and where to find the game?
I can type this. I'll say it here, and then I'll type it in the chat. Save you having to do it.
Yeah,
So the game's base website is Tallowmere2.com. My immediate links are Tallowmere2.com/contact, which you can find my email address, and I think I've got a Discord server, links to the Steam forums, in there. But yes, let me type that in. And I would say I don't have a strict schedule for adding deploying updates to the game. I have a roadmap, and I always write change logs so you can see what's been added.
You have to write it in the private chat.
Oh yeah, we have the censorship.
Oh, okay.
On the
I
Twitch
will
chat
copy that to the
for
yes.
links,
No,
yeah.
fair enough. This one. Okay, that should do it there.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. There we go. And there's the links for you out there. Perfect.
Thanks.
All right. So it was really cool to have you here and listen to you tell a lot about the game. That was
there's a
thank
lot
you
of
for
things happening under the surface of the game. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, no, thank you for playing it and having me on. It's tough. Like, yeah, no, it's very very cool. I'm not a huge streamer, but yeah, it just happened to work out well. So thank you.
Yeah.
No problem. And yeah, and all the best of luck with the game and all the updates and yeah, and good luck in the competition as well here at the GDW.
Yes. How many games have entered at this point? What did you say?
For the 2021, I think there's it's like 500 games already.
Wow! Wow! Yeah.
I haven't checked
That is a lot.
For a while.
No, that's good though. No, it's fun that games have really sort of taken off. I mean, yes, from a commercial, the oversaturated, crowded market, it's kind of bad in a sense, and even like having so many games appear on Steam and mobile now, it's like, wow, there's just so many, right?
Yeah.
And we only got so many hours in a day. I'm not going to probably play them all, but it's good that it's a thriving thing because it's fun. Really, it's a fun form of entertainment. I mean, I like making games and people like playing them, and so it's mutual. Sweet.
Perfect match. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
Perfect.
I will head off. So thank you for having me on again.
Thank you for coming.
All the best. All right. Take care.
You too.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye.
We had a lot of struggle, but
yeah,
we made it till the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was a little bit of a different episode today, but everything ended well.
Things happen when it's live.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to actually remind everyone about the game jam that you can see going down there, itch.io/jam/jamming with GDWC. That's actually, we have 54 minutes to go to enroll in that game jam to start. So yeah, go check that out. And I would also like to give a little shout out to our sponsors right now. And Valco, Viobe, Houdini, 80 Level, RFP, Transfluent, ExpressVPN, Chris Allen Sound Design, No Starch Press, The Construct Engine, Marvelous Designer, and Game Maker Studio 2. You can see it down there. All right, perfect. Thank you. That was a little bit a later version of gaming with game devs, and I hope you enjoyed the games today. And we'll see you next Thursday. And of course, as usual, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Yeah. Next Thursday is normal time again, so
yeah,
we're going back to normal. And this was a really interesting stream. Gotta say,
had
lots of interesting developers and games. And yeah.
All right, perfect.
Stay safe, people, and we'll see you soon.
See you in the next one.